The views and opinions expressed in this video are solely those of the Fat Bearded Vinyl Guy and should not be taken seriously by sane people.
Greetings and salutations, music fans. I am Matt, the Fat Bearded Vinyl Guy, back in the vinyl lair with another Too Late record review. First, give me a like and subscribe. Second, go to fatbeardedvinylguy.com and check out the links to the social media and give me a like there. Third, come back to this video. Today I am reviewing Aerosmith's self-titled debut album, one that just celebrated its 50th anniversary on January 5th and was one of the first Aerosmith cassettes I picked up, along with 1980's Greatest Hits and 1985's Done with Mirrors. Yeah, one of these things is not like the others. In true 1990s cassette form, the sequence is a little off. Walkin the Dog and Dream On are flipped, so Dream On is at the end of side 2 and Walkin the Dog is track 3 on side 1. So I got thrown off when I got my vinyl copy. Well, copies. Enough chit chat. Let's get to the tunes. Good evening, people. Welcome to the show. Steven Tyler wrote the song Make It while driving into Boston, seeing the skyline of Beantown, and considering what was the best thing to say to an audience. Unfortunately, it was no more original than that. But first line of the first song of the first album, I can kind of look past that. The lyrics are about doing what needs to be done to make your dreams come true. Also, not very original, but the music is good. There's some nice stop and start guitar parts, making room for Joey Kramer's drums. Joey's got some great fills on this song, and I love his use of the ride cymbal. Tom Hamilton's bass pretty much doubles the guitar parts, and he rarely ventures out on his own, except playing some tonic notes during the solo section. The lyrics are leaning towards cheese, but the music lays the bedrock for the next few decades. When laughing people bring on primal screams, you gotta think of what it takes to make your dreams. Somebody starts off with solo guitar playing a riff that roadie Steve Emsbach used to play. Sounds very T-Rex to me. Now, I think that's Joe Perry playing it. If not, come on, man, I'm not a music historian. I'm just an overweight, bearded white dude in his basement talking about his record collection. Come on, there are literally hundreds of YouTube channels doing exactly this. Now, if you're listening with headphones or just really loudly, you can hear Brad Whitford hitting the strings of his guitar just before the band comes in. You don't get that with Pro Tools. I love the solo section where Steven Tyler is scatting, doubling Joe Perry's solo. The rhythm section is basic here, but they don't need to be anything more on this one. Just a nice foundation. I won't be choosy. You could send me a floozy. Just send down somebody for me. Oh wow, how do I unpack this one? Aerosmith's greatest song, and they only had to release it as a single twice. Once in '73 when the album came out, and again in late 1975 after Toys in the Attic hit. The original single only got to number 59, but the re-release went to number 6, and the label even issued 2 versions of the song, the 4.5-minute album version and the minute shorter original radio edit. Labels, man. This was a song I dominated at karaoke back in the day, and I tell you, nothing messes up your voice like that scream in the coda. Steven Tyler wrote the song on piano and even plays the intro on piano in concert. He got the idea for the chord progression, what he calls chordage, while listening to his dad play piano, who was a Juilliard-trained classical musician. Now, the odd thing about Dream On lyrically is that the first verse is about coming to terms with getting older. Steven Tyler had these lyrics written as a teenager. The guitar intro is one of my favorites, culminating with that harmonic minor run going into the first verse. Steven emotes these lyrics, even doing a deep inhale before delivering a line. I mean, it makes sense. He'd been living with these words for years. The song ebbs and flows, there's peaks and valleys, and it's an emotional roller coaster that crescendos to Steven Tyler screaming at you to dream until your dreams come true! In 2004, Rolling Stone ranked Dream On 172 on its list of 500 greatest songs. By 2021, that ranking had dropped to 199. Personally, I can't think of 27 songs from the last 20 years that I like, let alone 27 songs better than Dream On. Shows what I know, man. Sing with me just for today. Maybe tomorrow the good Lord will take you away. One Way Street is the closest that Aerosmith comes to sounding like the Rolling Stones thus far. The song starts out with a very Keith Richards-esque guitar lick and Steven Tyler blowing some harmonica. Very Midnight Rambler. Steven wrote the song about a girlfriend at the time, and the song grooves, and once again Joey Kramer works that ride cymbal. Steven has a nice little spoken word bit under the harmonica solo. I seen that butterfly tattooed on your pants, gonna get me some of that. But clearly it's not working out between him and his lady. His sunshine is getting pretty shady. Her brother Spike is on the level, but her root fruits are rotten. Right before the guitar solo, Steven breaks out of whatever he had been doing vocally to deliver a great Tylerism. The high signature Steven Tyler. The song goes into an extended jam, taking the song to a full 7 minutes that doesn't feel like it. The coda features some tasty, clean guitar and Steven Tyler ad-libbing. Honey, you're heading down a one-way street, and I'm going on the other way. Side 2 kicks off with one of my favorite Aerosmith tracks, Mama Kin. Steven Tyler thought so highly of this track that he got it tattooed on his arm. But unfortunately it only says Ma Kin because, according to him, his arms are too skinny to put the whole Mama Kin. Dude, maybe if you didn't have all the other stuff, maybe it would fit. After the opening riff, Joe Perry plays a short guitar solo before the first verse. Tom Hamilton doesn't just double the guitar parts on this track. He throws in a few walking bass lines, flavoring it up. David Woodford adds some saxophone parts as well as a doubled sax solo. The song drives, but still has some nice stop and start portions in the verses, as well as the Keep in Touch with Mama Kin hook, which just adds to the energy when the full band comes back in. It ain't easy living like you wanna, so hard to find peace of mind. Yes it is. Write Me a Letter is a straightforward blues rocker featuring Tyler on harmonica and some nice double-tracked vocals where Mr. Tallarico throws in some of his high trills if you listen closely. Joey Kramer starts off with a short drum solo before the groove starts, and mother does it groove! This is another song where I love his use of the ride cymbal. Sonically, this thing is dense. Tom Hamilton's bass is bordering on overload. Joey Kramer is banging the crap out of all of his cymbals. It is a fun listen, despite the lyrics being kind of bland. Steven wants his girl to write him a letter before he goes away. That doesn't really translate well in 2023. I mean, come on, who writes letters anymore? Should it be more like shoot me a text? Write me an email? It might be more like sext me. Write me a letter to save me from going insane. Or at least send me a titty pic. The penultimate track is the first collaboration between Steven Tyler and Joe Perry, Moving Out. Anthony works in a grocery store, saving his pennies. Wait, I don't think that's right. This song introduces the classic Aerosmith style. The signature jangly guitar parts under Steven Tyler working like a dog in a rock and roll band. Now, I don't know what parts Joe Perry is playing and what Brad Whitford is playing. I mean, Brad could be playing the jangly bits and Joe the solo bits, or vice versa. I do know that Joe is the guy out front with Steven, but honestly, my lazy ass doesn't want to go much past Wikipedia on that. All I know is that it kicks ass and I love it. Good morning, glory. Hallelujah to ya. The lone cover song is the final track, Rufus Thomas's Walkin the Dog. The boys smith it up naturally, as the original is very 60s R&B. Aerosmith is one of many artists that have covered this song, with varying degrees of quality. From the Rolling Stones, who just sound like the original, to Ratt, who pretty much aped Aerosmith's version. Roger Daltrey does have an interesting take, but the most out-of-place version for me has to be Green Day's. They don't even sound like Green Day. It's probably why it didn't get past the demo stage. If you want to go down a rabbit hole, I will add links to different versions in the description below. Just don't expect a lot of variety. When Aerosmith's debut landed, it didn't really set the world on fire. Dream On was big in the Boston area at first, but it took until Toys in the Attic for widespread notice to take place. Now, I'm glad this is where I started in my Aerosmith journey. This remains a favorite of mine, certainly a desert island disc. That's all for now. FatBeardedVinylGuy.com is the website with links to the social media. Give me a like there. Here, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and drop a comment below with your thoughts and opinions on the debut Aerosmith album. Till next time, sing with me, sing for the year, and I will catch you on the B-side.